think I'm live, but I can't tell. I am. Let's get some light in here. Boom. My Streamlabs is exploding, guys. Hold on. There it is. There it is. Ooh, got a chart. Yo, what's good? Good morning. All right, we're back at it. Another day in the markets. A little late today. Had a lot of stuff going on. Trader Beta squarely today. Yeah, I heard some stuff. So I took let me sign into my broker real quick. Show y'all what happened overnight. So up 200 bucks. Took a long overnight. A lot of overnight trades on this challenge account, this live trading. But it is what it is. That's the season. So the challenge account is up from 2.5K to 7.485. So we're up about 5K. Past one of the day traders accounts yesterday. I could try to show you guys. What's happening in Quant VPS. So I've got all my prop accounts running in Quant VPS, which is useful as well. Oh, I also changed a bunch of stream settings, so hopefully, check. Can you guys hear me? Yeah, you guys can hear me. Cool. What's up? Gadas, good morning. Garrett P, good morning. Man, I'm hungry. We're going to get into it, guys. I'm very excited about these day traders straight to funded accounts. These are pretty cool. Let me pop this up real quick. We had a really big overnight move. So I accidentally made like 18K on a Top Step account on accident because I longed NQ instead of MNQ, but it was just an eval, so not real. But we can pull up this window. Cool. So this is the day traders on the left. Okay, my day traders accounts. I've got 3 straight to fundeds still. These are up almost 3K each. Okay, 52, 8. I can't copy trade these, so I've been taking the same trades on these as on the challenge account. The caveat being that I started these accounts later. I think I started these accounts like last week. Then I've got this pro account, which is up 186 bucks. So copy trading these. We've got the Top Step accounts. We've got this account is at 3.9K, so I could take a payout on here. This other Express is at 3.3, and this one is at 3.5. So we'll take a payout on that here, probably at the end of the week. Had those for a little while here. I don't know how many payouts you take on Top Step before they move you to live, but I'll probably get moved to live in a few more weeks. This is the one I did 4.5K on this, 150K, another 4.3K on that. So going to try and add these two 150Ks to the pile for the Top Step. So we've got that, and then we also have, okay, in addition to these accounts, let me close ARC real quick. Good morning. We've got the 20 Apex accounts. I'm going to do 5 300Ks and the 15 50Ks, probably. I think it's going to be the mix on that. Those are going. And I've got one MyFunded Futures account in there as well. And I've got 5 Lucid Trading accounts. there's a lot of accounts all over the place. So, and I've got 5 TPT accounts. Whew. Yeah. So, a lot of accounts being traded. Truly, truly a lot of accounts. Let me go ahead. Speaking of, anybody curious about my setup? I'm using Quant VPS and I have Replicano running. I tried it. I tried Affordable Indicators, copy trader. Way too complicated. Just not it at the moment. Looks cool. I like how they add in, like they have the summary information, but Replicano is just simpler and better, in my opinion, as of right now. So, you know, hopefully they don't feel bad about me saying that, but it's the truth. It's the truth, buddies. Fixing my trade copier right now for these TPT accounts. These two should be cool. All right, we're good to go. We are good to copy trade across the universe. If I actually pull this off, which I intend to, it'll be a nice little payout. It won't be like $1 million, but it'll be like 100K or something, which, you know, we take those 5 payouts before they move you to live. Cool. So I got a few more to go. I've been taking my time with this. So overnight, what do we get? Settlement open long. Okay. I took this trade right here. Good morning, click 56. Okay, I went long right here, basically. Okay. My TP was much higher. I had my TP at like the 300s, and then we hit this little consolidation. And once we hit this consolidation, I TP'd. I should have just held, actually, because I TP'd like right around here in this red candle as we were coming down. It just looked weak, and then there's this big skinny belly. So I should have just moved my stop. Actually, I would have got stopped out if I put my stop where I was thinking. So I could have widened my stop or even just kept my stop break even and stayed in that trade, but I didn't. Still made 100 points. Decent. We take those. Could have had 200 points out of that for sure if I held that long. Today, we've got a lot of action today. Okay, a very busy week overall. We've got FOMC at 2, FOMCA. FOMCA today. Meme coin, what's up? Manpreet, what's up? Easy busy, what's up? Sold in the house. What's up, brother? Who did I miss? Shanti84. Good morning. What's up? Shout out to everybody who's new here, old here. Appreciate you. Okay. Appreciate all y'all. Might take a break after the past week. Yeah, you've been a hot run. Bagged another 100K. That's crazy, brother. You're up there. Yeah, it's definitely good to cool down, bro. I mean, if you feel level-headed, keep trading. But I can tell you from experience, okay? This is very much the old man, older brother, that I've been where you've been, and you do not want to fly too close to the sun. You're not me though. You might be more level-headed than me, okay? I had a huge ego problem. Still have an ego problem. I'm a work in process. But the reason I lost $500,000 that one day, my biggest loss. Okay, I lost $500,000 in 35 minutes. It's because I thought I could do no wrong. Thought I was invincible. Okay, no one's invincible. So take a break if you need one. The market's not going anywhere, as you know. But, spend some of that money. Put some of it. Go buy some Section 8 houses. You should invest some of that money is what you should do, not spend it. Stop looking at cars. Go look at some houses, some real estate. Go buy a Section 8 portfolio. Who else we got? Who we got on the Graham side over here? Only 2 people. Chime in, say what's up if you're on the stream. Good morning. If you're not a part of the Discord, you should be. I thought I set up this bot to automatically drop links in the chat, but I guess I didn't do that correctly. So I was trying not to like spam links. Let's see what we got going on here. CloudBot. It says it's on. So it's just not doing its job. Interesting. What's going on with the free WAP page, Ghost Town? Free WAP page. What page are you talking about? Here's the thing. We don't have anything. WAP is just a payment processor for us. So if you're like looking for stuff on WAP that's not there, come to the Discord. The WAP should just bring you to the Discord. You're not the first person to bring that up, so I think there's some confusion there. WAP has some ecosystem they're trying to build. It's weird. But yeah, join the Discord. The Discord link is wap.com/tradeedge. Let me see here. I'm so confused about what is happening. All right, hold up, y'all. My Streamlabs is actually exploding today. Like, I can't see anything like the preview. For anybody who doesn't stream, I basically can't see what I'm streaming. Oh, there it is. It's back. Okay, we're Gucci. All right, so here's the link. So when you go to this link, it doesn't link you to the Discord. Let me click it, see what it brings me. Yeah, Trade Edge. So click the Trade Edge Trader Access. Click Start Free Trial. Boom. Okay. Hit Start Free Trial. Fill in your information. Okay, and that's going to automatically add you to the Discord. It should at least. If it doesn't, we will look at that flow and make it better. But it should bring you to the Discord. So if it's not, I could tell when your Streamlabs stops working right because the logo stops flashing up top. I don't even know what logo you're talking about, but yeah. I had a theory, by the way, FOMC or earnings sweeps prior day low, then rockets it. FOMC, then earnings. So you're thinking we're going to sweep 25,917? That would be an insane V day. I mean, get your options ready, brother. I would definitely put some zeros on that, just on the possibility of it being correct. Just a prediction. Trade of 8 down. You have the watermark. Watermark. Hold on. Let me go to my actual channel. Let me see what my stream looks like to you guys. Like I was a software engineer, but like I can barely use my computer. Like I just don't know what's happening. My age is outweighing my technical knowledge at this point. NDX options on standby. Most likely won't, but if it did, buying calls. Yeah. I mean, that's an easy 10 bagger for sure. Tendies. Who wants the tendies? Yo, I want some tendies today. Baby girl. Got my favorite person in the chat. Always showing up. We gotta get you on YouTube. She's holding on the gram though. Shout out to everybody on Instagram joining in, tuning in. Also, those of you on Twitch. I've been streaming the Twitch this entire time because I had the checkbox checked. No idea. I haven't logged in. Haven't even logged into Twitch. I'm not sure I remember my account credentials, but I'm logged in on Streamlabs. So if you're on Twitch, thank you. Thank you for watching. I will figure that out. Come join us over on YouTube and join us on the best place on the internet, Trade Edge, where we trade with Edge. Okay, y'all want to actually talk about the market today? Let's talk about what's happening. Why are we here? How did we get here? What is going on? Okay, so daily time frame in control. Okay, a lot of you guys you're looking at the lowers. You're trying to figure out what's going on in the lowers. The story for this week has been the same since this event right here. Okay, so let's talk about what happened. I believe in a process I call characterizing the market. It's really useful in just explaining things simply, right? We had a bunch of consolidation, and then we had, with increased volume, a very big red day with a small bottom wick. Okay, so that's the story. We had consolidation and then increased bottom or volume with the bottom wick that ultimately brought us to the edge of this node here, this chunk of meat, this auction. First question, has that happened before? Okay, well, there's another sell-off event here. Looks like volume was increasing. We had a green day right after with very high volume. So high volume red day, high volume green day. It's lower volume than the red day, but still relatively higher than the other bars. So I started looking to the left, see what the market's told us. Okay, high volume, a bunch of volume increasing higher. High volume red day, okay, subsequent green. You get the point, right? So we should expect on the daily this tweezer to continue. So we escape this auction. Okay, then the question is, all right, are we going to continue ranging after this, or are we going to go back to all-time highs? Taking a short here, if you took a short at 26,054, that's a good short to get stopped out on. That's fine. You go for the little sweep. We're at the edge of the auction. Boom. Immediately, though, you should be all-time high biased. Okay, we fail here. You should just be like, okay, that's really the last stop. It's going to go for all-time highs. Okay, there isn't really anything else to do in here. If it fails up in here, I mean, that's just weird. Okay, we can add in certainty by looking at ES. All right, so let's go over to ES. We'll get rid of our SVP. Okay, and add in the session. Go to the daily. Okay. ES already at all-time highs, swept all-time highs, actually, interestingly enough. So, yeah, we might get something weird today. We actually swept this, 7,036, and I'm pretty sure that alert is the one that I ignored earlier today. I was like, why don't I have an alert here? I did. FOMC today. It's going to be weird today. Personally, I'm borderline because I already got 100 points overnight. I'm probably doing nothing today. And I'm going to game time FOMC. What that means is I'm going to be relying a lot on prior FOMC events if I take any trades. It'll probably be the least VPE-ish trades you might see. Not really, but it's just going to be faster. It's going to be really fast if I do take something. Or not. Who knows? But I'm probably going to relax. We have a little bit of weakness right now. Let's look at the SVP back. We range here, prior day POC coming up 7,013, okay? Right here, it's not naked, but it is right there. That is the place where most people exist. Yesterday, we basically ranged across the entire auction so far. Go back to NQ, MNQ, and let's see what we've got here on the session side. Okay, we're at VAL. So, yeah, we're probably going to range here. Probably going to bounce up off of VAL right here. Would be my anticipation. Bro's tripping. You're good. Appreciate it. It's gone now. You must have clicked the button, but it was covering up your list of props up top. Oh, interesting. Yeah, no idea, man. No idea, brother. So, if we do crack the floor, I got some music on. Let's do some what ifs. If we do crack the floor, actually before that, let's take a look at our progress on stream. Okay, it's the whole point of this stream is to show you guys what's possible. Okay. So this is the Zella for the challenge account. We're at 5 days green in a row, which isn't too crazy. My biggest streak in terms of green days is like a couple weeks, so we're gonna get there. Um, Pretty good month overall, though. Okay, green week over week. A lot of green days, more green days than red days. That's what you want as a trader. Um, so the whole point of me doing this challenge, starting with $2,500, we're up 5K, is there's multiple. Whatever lessons you can learn from this, that was the point. My intentions, though, was showing that you can make meaningful money trading small. $5,000 is basically useful for everybody who's on this stream. Okay, even with me and all the things that I've done, you hand me 5K right now, I'm gonna be ecstatic. Okay, so $5,000, very possible. Trading small. Okay, my biggest day in the month was, where was it? 1.17K. So a couple $100 here and some reds. If I eliminated the reds alone, that would put me at another $1,000. So I'd be up like 6K if I eliminated just my mistakes. So had I not traded on these days, I'd be at 6K. And then if these were green days, I'd probably be at 7K, right? So you can see how making mistakes seriously costs you, right? Had I simply not traded on the red days, I'd be up another $1,000. And if those were green, I'd be up probably another $5,000 or $1,000. So there's like a $1,000 to possibly $2,000 delta on having mistakes. And then even within my green days, there are red trades, right? So trading is a lot about eliminating mistakes. Eliminating mistakes is going to be the number one thing that's going to affect your P&L. Obviously, having green is important, but you don't want to take one step forward and 7 steps back. Overall, my goal is to be green today, tomorrow, and Friday, and have no more red days, which should be pretty easy. So that's where we're at with the challenge account. Doing well. And then, yeah, like I said, I've got all these other props. I got the day traders accounts. I got these 5. Top Step over here chilling. Coming off a little weak right here. This will probably come down, if we do come down, to 26,087. Okay, this node that we see here on the old Top Step. Okay, that's also prior day POC, by the way. Right there. But we're bouncing and ranging right now. Cool. Good story. Yeah, I think this is an AFK day for me too. Yeah, until end of day. I really think it is. I mean, you could take some rangy scalps in here if you wanted to. I'm not really looking for that. What I really want, because my goal is to get 2.6K before the end of the last day, is I need some A setups. So I really just want one good setup. I don't want to chop myself at all before that arrives. I just need like 1 or 2 more good setups, and I can hit that goal. I don't need to get 10K by the end of the month. That was just the goal for the challenge. All I need to do as a trader is trade what's in front of me, right? So I just need to trade well, trade smart, and it'll work out. I'm really annoyed that my bot isn't like automatically responding into the chat. I spent like an hour setting this up so that like you guys would have the links and information and stuff. Nonetheless, okay, I'll drop them in manually for y'all. These are important ish. Okay. So here's the links to all the things if you care. Boom. Wow. It's too big of a message. I guess I can't do that. The Discord link, let me add that. Discord is going to be, if you want more of this every single day. So I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We have other people who stream in the Discord. Okay. All the time. So there's some links for you in that big message right there. Did it just mash my message together? Oh, it did. Wow. That didn't work at all. There's TradeZella if you want TradeZella. If you want to get my VPS to copy trade with, there's a VPS. If you want to get a MyFunded Futures account, one of those. If you want to go ahead and roll the dice on Apex, be my guest. And day traders, I would recommend just getting the straight to funded accounts. Otherwise, they're basically like Apex as well. There's that link for you. And those are the only, 3 firms that I recommend. MyFunded Futures, Apex, Day Traders. Take Profit Trader should be in here as well. I don't know why I didn't put that in there. But there's a TPT link, I think, in the description of my video. So those are all the things that people are always asking me about right there for you. How do you get your VP layout on your chart? Yeah. Let's do it. Let's delete them both, and we'll set them up. Okay. So follow along with me. You're going to go to indicators. You're going to type in session, volume profile, HD. It's going to give you something like this. It's not how mine was, coincidentally. So you're going to go up, or you're going to hit the little gear widget. It says settings. You're going to go to the inputs page first. So on the inputs page, you can change volume from up, down to just total. Okay. And you can leave the value area at 70. You're going to go over to style. Style on these fools. I'm sorry. You're going to go to style. And you're going to add the value area high. You're going to add the value area low. Now, mine are white because I had it set as white already. So change this to whatever color makes sense for you. I like the visual contrast with my chart setup. The POC, I'm going to make red. So I've got value area high, value area low, POC. Okay. Now, the colors for the volume, I don't like the blue. I kind of like the blue now that I'm looking at it. Do y'all like the blue? Or should I go back to the gray? I kind of like the blue. What do you guys think? What color should I go? The blue looks pretty good. I have no idea. All right, we're going to go with the gray. So I change all the colors to this gray, 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 gray. Right? So now we have our volume profile that looks like that. Very subtle. Okay. There it is. Now, the other one we need to add is a visible range. Visible range volume profile. The visible range volume profile shows me the volume profile for whatever is on my screen. Okay. Which is useful. So I have the session, I have a per session VP, and now I have whatever's on my screen. So I got to set this one up too. So we're going to go up to the VRVP. We'll go to the settings tab. Okay. Go to the inputs. First tab. We're going to change the row size to 100. Okay. Volume will change to total. So row size is 100. Volume is total. Go to style. We got style on these fools. Okay. We're going to get rid of the POC. We don't need it. At least I don't use it. You can have it if you want. One of the perks of trading is you can do whatever you want. And we're going to change everything to gray on the colors again. Cool. We'll hit OK. And we're back where we left. Very simple stuff. Okay. We're grayed out. And let me drop the Discord link again just to be sure. The most important link. For those of you who are new here, definitely join our community. We're in there all the time. We have a lot of fun. But more importantly, we're real traders. We're not a signal server. Okay, we do call-outs probably a lot more now than we used to. I think we've gotten less stingy on that. But we're not a call-out server. Okay, our goal, my goal, Soul's goal. Soul's in the chat, by the way, did like, I don't know, 300-400K last week. He's on fire right now. That's why he's talking about cooling off. We're all real traders. So we trade for income. Okay. I make money as an affiliate, sure, all that. My number one income source to this day is still trading. So we all take it very seriously. So if you're not willing to have serious conversations, if you're looking for handouts, go sign up for welfare, baby. That ain't us. Are these indicators for free? I don't know. I pay for TradingView Premium. So I can't remember. I will say this. It's worth paying whatever the monthly fee is. Undoubtedly. It's worth it. It is worth it, folks. I'm also working on this indicator that I built, which is my system indicator. Let's change it to look at, right now I have it looking at just the 4-hour chart. I'm going to set it to the 1 hour. Let's see how many 1 hour signals we got. It's not perfect, but it does, for every actual signal, it does alert for. It just has false positives. Like here's a good example here of one that actually was correct. So we had this red doji right at this session. Okay. It just has other false positives. This is actually a candle set that it actually, why I built this was interesting. Right. So we had a signal candle that did not sweep the prior candle, but still played out. Right. So this is something I'm going to be looking for and analyzing more now that I've built this. But this just allows me to very quickly like see what is even worth looking at. And then I can still make a determination. But I can also do it across like a bunch of different time frames. So I can look at the 1 hour, I can look at the 2 hour, 4 hour, right? I'm just going to have it looking at one interval right now, so it's not so crazy. We'll leave it on the 1, actually. And we'll add this to this chart. Just because they come with the paid version of TradingView. Yep. Pink. I went with gray, baby, not pink. But next time. Next time. Oh, I have the Streamlabs watermark on my stream. What the hell? Oh, you know what that is? It's a widget that I didn't configure. So I'm pretty sure it's just... Yeah, that's not supposed to be there. I'm pretty sure. That's so weird. Oh, she's on Instagram. She always joins on the Instagram live. Yeah, I'm streaming on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitch. POC shifted lower. No, it didn't. I'm tripping. POC is right where it is. I'm excited. I'm excited for this challenge, though. I'm excited for this payout that I'm going to get here probably in like 30 days across all the accounts. I was going to try and probably wait to do the payout all at once, but I'm not. I'm just going to take them as they come. The day traders accounts should be ready soon for, I think, like a 6K payout on the straight to funded accounts. I actually got to look at all the rules on that. The benefit of trading, this is the real benefit of trading small, guys, is you literally can't break. I won't say can't. It's very unlikely that you want to blow up accounts, have to deal with any of the consistency rules, things like that, especially when you're trading like 40 accounts like I am. Okay. If you're only trading like 3 or 4, then yeah, you can like manage each of them differently. I have no desire to do any of that. Like I have no desire to manage all these accounts differently. I literally don't have time for it. I do want, though, to get rid of these lines. Don't need those. Just need the arrows. I wish I could overlay the Instagram chat and the YouTube chat. Then you guys could all chat together. She said, "Hey, Soul." I'll get her over in the YouTube. We'll get her on here. How's everybody doing today? Up to 62 viewers today. Wow, we are growing. Love that. Like the stream. Say what's up. If you're new here, if you're your first time here, say what's up in the chat. I want to call you out by name. I appreciate you. I'm a very sentimental person, guys. So I understand that this minute and this moment is something that will never get back. So, I really honestly appreciate that you would spend your time trading with me. I love that. I have a ton of gratitude for you. I wish the best for you. And we're all going to get rich the right way together. Quick question. Previous day POC coincide with the VRVP high value node. Does this mean high probability bounce? Previous day point of control on which ticker? M&Q. Love you too, Soul. The short answer is yes. So, like all systems, Confluence is power. The session VP is key, especially the previous session. So if we have a naked POC or a previous session POC like we do here, what we know for a fact is that within the last 24 hours, most of the people are positioned here. That's what that means, right? So yes, there are POCs from the day before, but these people could have maybe gotten out within some of these candlesticks. We know for a fact that since yesterday, at least, most of the people are positioned here, which is key. And so if there's confluence with what happened yesterday and what has happened overall, for example, if we look at this node down here, within the set of prices or within all the auctions that have happened on my screen right now, so events transpiring from the 8th of December to today, most of the participation has been around 25,694 for a fact, right? It's a factual statement. So when you're looking for bounces and when you're asking yourself, are we going to bounce off of this node or are we going to break and traverse this node? Those confluences certainly are a factor. Trend is also important, right? The time frame that you're on is important. So you always want to zoom out. When you're trying to figure out what's going to take precedence, you want to zoom out. So I'd always go to bang out to the daily first. Okay. Sitting on the daily chart. And on the daily chart, I'll just add the visible range, and ask myself, okay, where are we in terms of the auction? Right now, we're in a really low value area. Like we cracked the ceiling. Volume is clearly dropping though, okay? Volume has dropped off significantly since, especially if you look at yesterday's volume, it's about 50% of the volume on the drop. Okay, volume is dramatically decreased as we're approaching price discovery. We're not at all-time highs yet. But there are very few people up here, okay? Look at the size of this auction, okay, here, okay, just relative to the size of this auction, okay? If we did the math, which I'm not going to, okay, visually, you can see that there's probably one, let's just do it, 2, 3, whoa. This is basically what they teach you how to do in calculus, by the way, but with numbers and not by copying and pasting. Okay, you can see that there's a lot more. Wow, I'm just trying to move the box. Look how many more people are below us than right here, right? There's a lot more people, okay? So given that, we should expect the market to cool off a little bit as we get here. Okay, there's way less participation. It's not going to be as rangy. It's going to be more grindy. Okay, when you have this many people, you get these big ranges that it whipsaws through. When we get up here, there's nobody up here, right? It's going to be very grindy. I hope that visual example helped you guys. Okay. Get rid of all these. Boom. New here, which straight to funded do you recommend, and which trade copier do you recommend here? And good question. So, I'm using the day trader straight to funded accounts, which are here. I think you guys can see these. Yeah. So that's in this tab right here. Okay, these are my day traders accounts. I've got 3 of these straight to funded, and then I've got a trailing account. Straightforward rules. They do have payout caps, but if you just want leverage, if you're going to go the multi-account route and you just want leverage, it's very simple. So those are good. And then this is just Top Step. If you want to get some Top Step accounts, I don't have a link for that, but Top Step is good. So that's that. Okay. I would go to daytraders.com, get their straight to funded accounts. Then in terms of just props in general, my funded futures is good. I know they just changed something with an account. I can't keep up, honestly. Generally, what I like about my funded futures is that they're just straightforward, and I haven't heard of them not. The biggest thing is, regardless of the account structure, I've seen people complaining about the account structure, which is valid. I mean, as consumers, you can complain about whatever you want. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But I will say, I've heard very, very few people not get paid out for buy funded futures. I actually can't think of anyone. I know it's probably they've denied people for sure. Every firm denies somebody, but I've heard of people getting denied at, like, personally at every other firm. I have not personally had someone be like, "Yo, MFF didn't pay me," which is remarkable. So they're always up there in terms of just they don't have straight to funded accounts though. They just have accounts. You get a my funded futures account. So tons of options there. Apex, if you want leverage, if you have a system with Edge, okay, Apex, just get 20 of those. If you don't have a system with Edge, absolutely do not get a single Apex account. Leverage works both ways, okay? You can leverage backwards, right? So if you have a negative profit factor in a losing system and you buy 20 accounts, then you're just going to blow up 20 accounts. So Apex is a double-edged sword. For most people, it's a single-edged sword where they just lose money faster. If you have a profitable system, or if you're trading like me and you know that you can make $5K in a month trading small, well, then get some prop accounts and you can turn that 5 times 20 is $100K. So simple math. But if you can't do that, if you can't do what I did, if you can't trade 1 to 3 MNQ every day and make $5K in a month, there's zero reason for you to get 20 accounts. I'll tell you that right now. Tell you that right now, folks. Shout out to Tony, by the way. I don't know if I shouted you out. Welcome to the stream. Blue Steel, welcome to the stream. Amon DeWitt, welcome to the stream. Keen Go Crazy, welcome to the stream. I can't pronounce your name. It looks like it's in Russian, but Chuck, welcome back. We got back something. Sorry, I apologize. Welcome to the stream. Mikado, welcome back to the stream. Irby, welcome back to the stream. 48 Kiso, welcome to the stream. We got Northfield Trades, welcome to the stream. The HTTPS, dude's using internet protocols. What's up? Welcome to the stream. All right, I'm going to get through these questions. New here, which, yep, I already answered that. MQ. The gold on prop is grow sideways, more account. I think you're saying grow slow, which I would agree with. All traders, you should go start slow. The trading, like your P&L graph, the money you'll make with trading is like all things. Okay, it's like this. Okay. And a lot of people try to rush this part, okay? Because they see people over here, and they're like, I want to go from here. And instead, they go, whoop, they go backwards. You have to be comfortable with making just meager profits, survive multiple market cycles. If you've been profitable for a year even, that's not long enough. I can tell you that right now. Soul can probably vouch for this. You haven't seen it enough. Okay, you need to be able to trade in high VIX, low VIX, summer, winter, this president, this war, that war. There's a lot of stuff that happens. Okay, once you've experienced a lot of the stuff, Your P&L is going to start to get to here, and it's going to just eventually go crazy. Okay? But if you try to jump from here to here, you'll just end up going in a full circle. Drawing a lot of pictures today. What's a good funded firm for beginners? I'd say Day Traders is good. They're straight to funded accounts. The reason I like those accounts is end of day trailing, minimum amount of rules. There are payout caps, which is annoying. I don't like payout caps at all. But the thing with these retail prop firms is there's always trade-offs. There's always some trade-off to be made. Take Profit Trader, for example, is the opposite, right? You can get paid almost instantly, but then they hit you with the bait and switch once you go from the eval to the funded. They go from end of day trailing to unrealized trailing, which is the worst trailing. So there is no firm that's just going to let you trade normally. If you want to just trade normally, the best account to open is your personal account, like I did. Okay, and just trade your own personal account, and then you can do whatever you want. Ninja has really good margin. I recommend every new trader trade their own account first, by the way. You should not start with prop firms. I know I spent a long time talking about them, but my actual official opinion is you should always open your own account first. Absolutely, 100% of the time. Do you trade options? Yep, I do. I trade a lot of options, actually. Even though I trade futures, I guess I wouldn't say identify as that, but the answer is yes. I actually have an entire piece of software I built for my options trades. I'll show it to you guys. So I was a software engineer by trade for a long time. That was my first career. And I nerd out. So I built a tool called ForeSpot, which allows me to do historical options analysis. So if I want to look at something from yesterday, let's look at 7,000 calls. 7,000 calls that expired yesterday. Okay. This is a chart. So I built this to do historical option analysis, which essentially allows you to be better at scalping. But I can go way back in time. So this is just yesterday. But if I wanted to know a long time ago, then there's also a chat bot that I built, which is a little broken right now. But I could say, what is the highest ROI on SPX on Monday, right? And when it's not broken, which it is right now, it'll actually tell me what the best trade is. This is like a shorthand. It'll tell me the best trade on any given day, and then I can work backwards from there. So this saves me a lot of time, and I could do this for any day in history, essentially. But yeah, I'm a serious options trader. But right now, I look for just a handful of options trades I call gamma trades. Yeah, it's broken. I got to fix that. It's really annoying. More stuff to work on, but I'll spend some time talking about options at some point. It's going to be a long stream, though. It's not a quick one. Why don't you like scalping? What's up, the Gavin Hoffman, by the way? Welcome to the stream. Why don't I like scalping? Well, I want to be clear that no, I don't like scalping. It doesn't mean it's invalid and that you can't make money scalping. Okay. I don't like scalping because it takes a lot of effort. And mental fatigue is real. Okay. You cannot willpower yourself through trading. You probably have a 2-hour window where you're really executing at a high level. And this is something that, unless you've done anything at a really, really high level, it's going to be hard for you to understand this. Okay. Luckily, I've had some experiences doing a few things at a really, really high level. You're only going to be like at max velocity, like fully locked in flow state for probably 2 hours in a day. Outside of that, your performance starts to drop dramatically. Even if you stay energized, if you feel good, you're going to start to get distracted, you're going to get hungry, your brain's just going to get tired. Scalping requires you to be in that flow state. Okay, I was a pretty good scalper. I can scalp. So when I look at my P&L and the amount of effort it took to get that P&L, I literally made more money trading less on higher time frames, which is why I do what I do. You know, my goal isn't to be a good scalper; it's to make money from trading. So, you know, for example, I did 150 points or 100 points overnight. You know, 150 points the other day. You know, I'm getting 100 plus points on every trade. You know, like so many people are going like, yo, I got 10 points or 20 points or 30 points. And I'm just like, why? You know, I'll do in one trade what people do in like 30. So it just comes down to math. It really comes down to outcomes, right? So for me, I make more money trading less on higher time frames. And because scalping takes that high mental like flow state, what'll happen is you'll have a day where you're just on. Okay. And every scalper can tell you this. I'm talking like 90% win rate. Like you're disgusting. Okay. You might take 40 trades and 35 of them are green. I'm serious. And then the next day, it's the exact opposite. And then the next day, it's 50-50. And the next day, it's six. It's too hard to be locked in my opinion. So for me, everybody's different. You might be an amazing scalper, okay, or more consistent. I can do this. You know, I could trade the 1 hour and 4 hour chart all the time. You know, it's easier to turn the switch on when you're slowed down. Do you ever stream options trading or make videos about it? I have some old options videos. I'll make some. I also run a company. If those of you are curious just about me, I'm the co-owner of this business right here. We produce a lot of the podcasts that you see with on YouTube. So I'm the COO, co-owner of this business. I've had the opportunity to work with a lot of the biggest traders in the industry. They all film here. My Fund is Futures team will be back here in a bit. We'll be making some stuff for them. So when I'm not trading, I run a company. I'm not just chilling. So I've used a lot of my trading profits to invest in this, build this business, which is very exciting. So that's cool. Double dipping my toes into entrepreneurship. Does this strategy work for prop firms? Because every day the session will end at 5 p.m. Absolutely. That's why I'm trading small. So if you weren't here earlier and you missed me going over the dashboard for the month, I'll pull it up again just for the sake of example. The point of me trading small in this challenge, so I started this at 2.5K, we're up 5,000, so that counts at 7.5K, is to show you what you could do on any firm. Okay, none of these days would have broken any of the rules at any prop firm, straight up, full stop. Okay, impossible. 5K. So you could do this at any firm, any number of accounts, 1 account, 2 account, 3 accounts, 7 accounts, however many accounts you can muster. Okay, so we're gonna end the month green. I've had 4 red days out of 15, 16, 17, 18. So 14 out of 18 days green. So we'll go 15, 16, 17. We're going to end the month very green. So absolutely. I'm copy trading, by the way, 30 accounts, right, in the background. I just don't have them pulled up on stream. I'll pull them up someday when I take the time to set up the overlay. I've got like 30 accounts being copy traded as well on this small account, my personal account. So it is very, very, very possible. We can see here we're at, 7.48K. Did $200 overnight. Easy peasy. Easy peasy, folks. It is possible. You can do it. Yo, Val, can you close my door for me? Thank you. Appreciate you. Oh, it's 10:47. I'm giving y'all the extra stream today. Let me check my calendar. Okay. We're coming off a little bit, coming down. Prior day POC coming up here, 26,084. Most likely downside. I might try a long there. Okay, on ES, on the old S, we've got, we're already at the POC. We've got this other node down here. Okay, we've got the shelf here that we could go for. I would look for probably VAL though, to be honest. So prior day, I need to clean up this indicator. Hold up, I got too many lines. Prior day VAL, which is this bottom white line. Okay, I would look for about right about there and see if we get a bounce there with confluence with the naked POC here. Whoops. We'll call this, it's not really naked. We'll call it naked POC though. It's about naked. This would be a good short. Nope. If you were going to short, you should have shorted, okay, up here. You could do a breakout trade. This would not be a breakout short that I would take though. The risk on this, with the POC being so close, I would not take this trade short here. You should have shorted above the value area high, or like 296. I mean, you missed the main juice on this for sure. I would look for the long. I would look for the bounce long if I was going to take a trade. How much did you start with on this account? $2,500. So I have tripled the account in 3 weeks. How big are your stops typically in points? Good question. So I answered this on Monday. I don't trade with fixed stops. I trade thesis. So my system saves me. All right. So let's go back in time a little bit and let's just use a real example. Okay. Let's imagine for whatever reason I shorted here. Okay. I'm just like, I think it's going to consolidate. Short here. My TP is going to be down here. My stop is going to be at the high, right? And the thesis here is basically that we're not going to crack this high. So this is maybe a 1 for 3, whatever it is. I'm risking 1 to make 3-ish. Okay. Now, let's just imagine I have the same trade idea. Okay, but I shorted down here. Okay. Same trade. My TP's here. I still have to put my stop. Whoops. TP here. My stop is going to be in the same place. It's the same trade idea. The mistake that a lot of you guys make is you think that by, I'm only going to risk 10, that you are protecting yourselves. Now, on a per trade basis, right, if you think about the risk to your capital stack, yes, having fixed risk is useful, especially as beginners, like only risking 10, things like that. But that really requires your execution to be good. The placement of your trade really matters for every trade. If you're trading an idea, though, like you have to ask yourself, where does my trade idea fail? That's where your stop should be. Your stop should be where your trade idea fails, where it doesn't make sense for it to work out. But if I did, for example, what you just mentioned, someone asked me if I should short right here. Okay. How do I get out of replay mode? Leave. Looks like there's a technical issue with NinjaTrader integration. Okay, that's annoying. If I shorted here, the risk on this is this entire node. Okay, probably not the high, but we could 100% just through the shape of the VP could go up to value area high. So you got to ask yourself if that makes sense, right? But we could 100% range, and the reason why your stop has to be up there is because we could go like this. That's a very valid set of candles. So I'm not going to short here. Absolutely not, right? Absolutely not. So I do not use fixed stops. I put my stop where my trade fails. Hey, G, what's your opinion about the effect of today's news? What's up, main of town on Instagram? I don't read news events. Don't think they matter at all. For individual sessions, if I want to see how the news is going to affect the markets, I'll watch the charts. But by the time you hear and process news, the markets have already reacted. And most of the time, the markets are going to tell you what they're going to do into the news. There's no reason to listen to the news. The timing of news events is useful as a trader because if you have a setup, it essentially will accelerate what's going to happen. And so you can make a bunch of money quickly. But I haven't looked at the outcome of any news event in, probably 5 years. Very, very long time. Just answered your question. What's up? Meme Coin, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Patrick D. Ross, what's up? Which platform do you use to trade? Tradeovate is down. I use Ninja, which is also Tradeovate, so that's unfortunate. Yo, Forrest, I'm out for the day, but I'm excited to tap in with the live for sure. I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, by the way. I don't stream every day. Maybe I'll change that in the future. We'll see. But right now it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Really quick, can you explain what you would tend to see when price is in that low volume node? Yeah, so price tends to rip through low value areas and it'll consolidate inside of nodes. Okay, there's a good example of this on the daily. Okay. As we get to this low value, even though volume is lower, we start to there's no one here. Like the low value area, what it means is that there's no one here. So if you let's think about an auction with 3 people. Okay, I have a car and I have 2 potential buyers. Okay, one buyer is up here and another buyer is over here. Okay, now when I paint the candlestick for the transactions of the cars, it's going to show a big candle between these 2 prices, but really it's just because there's one person here, one person here. So what happens in low value is that the candles are going to where participation is, but it rips through because there aren't that many people. If I have a ton of buyers, okay, all in one area, okay, they're all here, you end up with this consolidation because there's a ton of people to meet you at your market, right? There's a ton of people there. People come in as aggressors. So that's why the volume profile is so important, because it tells us what's most likely to happen when we get to certain prices, right? Are we going to rip through them? Are we going to rip through low value with fast candles, okay, and have these stretch VPs, skinny belly VPs that often get refilled and evened out later? Or are we going to consolidate and chop a little bit more? Because the stop would be bigger than the TP, so why take the position? That's what you're saying? Yeah, absolutely. How important is risk reward in your strategy? I don't look at RR at all. It's a retrospect thing. I think people over-index on it. It's not like if someone says to you, yeah, I risk 1 and I go for 5 every trade. It's like, okay, what's your profit factor? How much money do you make? Like RR doesn't actually tell you outcomes. It tells you intent. Okay. It's very, very important. RR does not tell you outcomes. It tells you intent. Okay. A better metric would be like profit factor. For sure. A better metric is what's your week over week? Like, how many weeks in a month are you green? Right? Those are much better metrics, but that's just my opinion. What is the indicator prior day high, prior day low? That is I'll drop my stream or my chart set up in the chat for you guys. This is my chart if you want to copy it. Caprice, what's up? I love how calm you are. Thank you. I'm a calm dude. I am a very calm most of the time. I mean, I get excited, but I'm chill. I am chill. Really, when you trade, which low volume you will consider, session volume or overall volume? Both. So the actual volume, right, the horizontal volume, the volume over time matters. Volume at prices also matter. So both volume matter. Right now we have decreasing volume as we get to closer to price discovery. They both matter. What is a good profit factor? Anything over 1, technically. So if your profit factor is above 1, you're a profitable trader. If it's under 1, that means that your expected outcome when you put a trade on is to lose money. That's literally what that means. If you have a profit factor, even if you have a profit factor of 1.1, that's pretty good. The profit factor on my account right now is 2.15. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna try and get that closer to 3, which we can do for sure. Apex is the worst, too many rules. TPT is the best. Sure, I'm not married to any of these firms, guys. They are tools in a toolkit that need to be used appropriately. If you try to drill a hole with a hammer, I'm just a very I'm just straight to the point, guys. I think especially with Apex, so many people, and I'm calling out some of my students and people in our community, just whine and moan about, oh, Apex did this. Oh, and it's like, oh, did you read the rules? No, I just assumed. Well, that's what you get for assuming. Okay. The best way to disappoint yourself and others is to assume or to have uncommunicated expectations. So if you make assumptions, don't read the freaking rules. You will be upset and disappointed. For sure. First time, when do you trade? You're going to have to rewind the stream. I trade futures options here, trading this small account. We're up 5K from $2,500. Going to jump off here shortly. We are coming down to this naked POC here, 26,085. I'll put an alert here. We'll see if we get some juice out of that. We will see if we get some juice out of that. All right. Well, I'm going to leave y'all with a little positive message. Okay. If you're new here, okay, I want you to start doing some affirmations every single day. Affirm what you want about yourself. Okay. If you've been here before, you know what I'm about to say. Okay. My dreams are not dreams to me. They are the purpose of my existence, and I live them daily. I am the personification of confidence. I only take A+ setups. I have a whole list of affirmations that I say or read every single day. Okay, you have to say them to where you believe. You have to be insane. You have to have a disgusting level of belief about yourself that defies logic or evidence in front of you, right? Because that's what's going to drive you to be disciplined every single day. If you look over the last 2 weeks of your life, okay, if I was a third-party observer and I just watched you, what would I know about you without you having to tell me? Would I say, oh, this is a good trader, this is a disciplined trader, this is somebody who plans, looks ahead, and takes this seriously? Or I'd be like, yo, this is a degenerate gambler. This is somebody who doesn't take this seriously. This is somebody who says they want to take it seriously, but they don't really because they don't put any time or serious intent into it, right? So basically all of you have everything that you deserve in life, okay, especially if you're my age. No matter where you started, your life is a sum of your choices. So starting right now, I want you to choose to live your dream reality. Be the person that you know you can be. Be the trader that you know you can be. Make smart financial decisions. Make smart emotional decisions. Take care of yourself so you can take care of the other people around you. Protect your capital. Trade smart. Take the time to do the tedious work, to journal. Look ahead. Do research. Be careful. I appreciate you. I love y'all. Thanks for trading with Forrest. I will see you on Friday.